Welcome back to Network Africa. Back here in Nigeria, a non-for-profit organization under the aegis of NAMFI Medical Foundation is working closely to address a major deficit in the Nigerian healthcare sector by building a modern infrastructure in the long run. But in the interim, the organization has created an affordable digital technology of telemedicine to abate the issue of brain death and also address medical tourism. The Medical Foundation is focusing on 4 major areas of cardiology, orthopedic, renal dialysis issues, and cancer.
Scholars, business owners, medical professionals, all in one room. They're seeking self-reliant approaches to solving the Nigerian healthcare challenges. The Medical Foundation says it has made some progress by getting these like minds with high integrity on board. They believe talent reversal is a practical solution to the challenge of medical tourism since the large human capital flight began in the mid-80s.
If you are to give a lot of people who are over there the hope that there will be good healthcare here, there will be water, and the basics, they would rather be here, not elsewhere.
The debate is also extended to whether the country needs more primary or tertiary health institutions.
The things killing our people in Nigeria are so basic that we are not concentrating on them the way we should. In government today, the concern on paper is on this 198 million Nigerians living in the rural populace, and the basic infrastructure they need is the primary health center.
I think they are in a very good space because it's a private sector thing. When it comes to the government should concentrate on primary care. But in concentrating on primary care, they will not have the kind of funds to now put into tertiary care. One tertiary care patient can take the money for 100 primary care. So the space in which they are is actually virgin.
The vice chairman of the foundation says with aggressive development of infrastructure and human resource optimization, professionals in the diaspora will return home.
Some of us came back home briefly and we saw the challenge between human capital and infrastructure. Where we all think, oh, it's all the infrastructure, but when we came back home, we saw some of the realities that human capital is an issue. And we're talking of such specialists of people who have left the country. So they will look into that, but the good news is that we are able to see the potentials of the diaspora group who can fill that vacuum. So having said that, then the challenge becomes now infrastructure, which is the main focus now, clear focus. And that'll be the next 5 to 10 years. We are proud to have accomplished one thing in the last 1 year, and that is infrastructure for the telemedicine project, which we'll be able to do here in Lagos.
I unveiled this sculpture on behalf of NAMFI.
Also at the event, late Professor Joseph Shodipo, a renowned physician and doyen of acupuncture, was also honored for his contribution to the field of medicine and his support for the foundation. Dari Idu, Channels Television News.
Still talking health matters, a mobile application for patients to get virtual access to medical professionals at affordable rates is hoping to revolutionize the healthcare system in Nigeria. With quick, efficient and convenient services, the health startup Tremendoc hopes to connect patients with virtual doctors.
Chimele Okenwosu is feeling unwell and has decided to spend the day at home. Suffering from a stomach ache and nausea, she's using a unique method to diagnose her symptoms. Consulting a doctor about her condition through her phone using Tremendoc, a mobile app that provides virtual medical services to Nigerians.
My stomach hurts. It saves from the stress of going to the hospital, making appointments and stuff like that, so it's easier You can just pick up your phone, because you're always with your phone, and just pick up your phone and speak to a doctor.
The Healthcare app is the brainchild of entrepreneur and doctor Jay Chikeze, who launched it in 2018. Using smartphones, patients can schedule appointments and communicate with doctors via video, audio, or chat messaging. Each doctor is paid a stipend for consultation. But Olalade Ajayi, who has been a resident doctor on Tremont Dock since its launch, says it's not without its limitations.
Physical examination is impossible here, which is why when you work as a doctor using telemedicine, there are limitations on how you look at it. There are different cases where you can't do anything for the patient in court. You can only counsel the patient on the reasons why the patient needs to go to the hospital.
There are 289 doctors on call and 15,000 subscribers who pay just about 1,000 naira a month for the service.
In South Sudan, a three-day leadership conference aimed at discussing a strategic plan for the reform of the broken prison system is underway in the country's capital, Juba. About 100 prison officials from across South Sudan and a handful of partners, including officials from the United Nations mission in South Sudan, have gathered to map out a clear strategic direction aimed at improving the country's prison systems. The prison system has suffered greatly from years of conflict and lack of resources. At this conference, emphasis is being placed on the integrating of about 8,300 forces from the opposition into the prison service as part of the implementation of the peace process.
So today, against the backdrop of the unification of forces as part of the peace process, this three-day event provides an opportunity to chart a clear strategic direction for the integration of forces into the National Prison Services and, in doing so, build a stronger justice system. And I'm very pleased that UNMISS is able to support such a key event which aims to form a part of the implementation of the peace agreement, quite apart from building and strengthening the justice system.
It is not going to bring drastic changes overnight, but we would start that journey in the right direction, and hopefully with the passage of time this service would get somewhere where we can think of the international standards and other best services, the prison services throughout the world.
Well, that's it on the program. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Layo Adegoke. Bye for now.